Hello, my beauties, and welcome to the second part of this video series where I'm going to talk to you guys about fragrances that I would not recommend to wear either at church or going to an event, closed spaces, going for shopping, uh, or going to work because simply they are attention grabbing fragrances or too sensual, too sexy, too alluring, you name it, that category basically. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Emilia. We're all about fragrances, beauty, and lifestyle. I'm going to walk you through a few fragrances which I find super sexy, super feminine, super alluring. However, I would not recommend them to wear around men unless you're looking to grab the attention of the opposite sex. And without further ado, let's get into it. And obviously, even if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. So the first fragrance that I'm going to talk to you guys about, it's going to be one that I really appreciate. It's, for me, a beautiful scent. It might be well known in the fragrance community. It has been around for quite some time. It goes into the gourmand category. It's a beautiful caramel, powdery, violet, warm, fruity kind of like scent. I find it very sexy and very appealing for the opposite sex. We have a beautiful coffee note combined with pear, with some rose and caramel as well, patchouli. But the patchouli is not that one that it's straight in your face. That's going to be Dolce and Gabbana, the only one. Now, this is one of those scents that you don't have to overspray it. It's very noticeable and it's one of those gourmand kind of like scent. It's very rich, it's very seductive fragrance, it's very sexy, thick, um, it's very delicious and delightful. Um, in my opinion, it's a very gorgeous, intriguing, very well balanced, well put together gourmand kind of fragrance. Gourmand meaning edible, like you really want to kind of like eat the fragrance because it's simply delicious. And this is one of those fragrances that it's a perfect representation of a fragrance that wants to capture the essence of a hypnotizing and sophisticated, elegant woman. And it's also one of those fragrances that is the best representing the contrast because we have here violet blossom, which stands in opposition with the gourmand aroma of the coffee. And I think the fact that they put the coffee note, they actually managed to give a character for this fragrance. Um, for me, this is a very refined, smooth, and creamy, cozy fragrance. It gives you this warm aura. Um, it has a very nice, modern, lovely iris in it. It's not that heavy, too much uh, extra suffocating powdery scent. It's not like baby powder kind of scent. It has very beautiful gourmand notes and it has an amazing performance on my skin. Um, Now, what I want to mention, um, for some, the iris might be off-putting. Some of you might find it very generic, fragrance, and you might find it too strong. But it's one of those fragrances that is perfect for going out, or for those romantic dates, um, date nights, you know, those kind of occasions. Definitely not something that I would be wearing at a church or going to work. But definitely a compliment getter if you're wearing it in the evening time. And it's something that I would definitely recommend trying it out if you're looking for this kind of scent. The next one, on my list, it's going to be one that I really, really adore. Now, I have to mention that it's not a safe blind buy kind of fragrance. It's very, very polarizing. Like some people hate it, some they love it. I'm happy that I'm on the side that loves it, and it's a well-known, very popular fragrance. However, um, notes-wise, is so simple. It's not overly complicated, and what really they managed to do this fragrance is that even though they used very few notes, they managed to give it a very complex uh, outcome of it. It's like you have the impression that this fragrance has so much more in it than compared to what is it. And let me just not keep you on your toes and mention this one. It's Mugler's Alien. I absolutely love the color of the bottle. I'm into purple. I love purple. It simply relaxes me. It's one of those that resembles relaxation, peace of mind. It reminds me of the color of lavender. And for me, this fragrance, it's unusual. It's very unique, super, super long lasting. It has a great projection. People will notice you. And even though I consider it as a signature worthy scent, you might not want to wear it at work. Obviously, it's your personal choice, but what I can say is that it might cause migraine, it might cause nausea in some, and definitely when it comes to work environment, you want to respect the people around you, your colleagues. You don't want them to feel bad or sick just because you're wearing a fragrance. Um, it might become again very heavy, very claustrophobic. Um, it might be too much because of the jasmine scent here. Um, it might become disturbing to others and unpleasant. I know people are wearing it as their signature scent. They're wearing it all year around. And, you know, it's something that, even though I really, really enjoy, it's one of my favorite fragrances. It's one of those ones that I would like to have in my collection. Um, I do wear it with precaution. Now, notes wise, so that I mentioned also those ones and you understand what is it. We have here jasmine sambac, which is beautiful here. We have kashmiran and amber. I mean, it's only three ingredients, three notes, yet it's so, so complex. For me, this is one of those fragrances that you might want to wear while clubbing or going out for a date night. Obviously, make sure you do not overspray it because, as mentioned, it can become overly glowing, headache inducing, heavy. Uh, but for me, it's one of the best representations of the uniqueness of the fragrance house Thierry Mugler's fragrances. They're all unique. They're all kind of like out of the space and cosmic and like on their own unique talismans. Um, this fragrance for me, it's deep, it's mysterious, it's sensual, and it's simply a work of art. It's not something that you find in every fragrance. It's not like you go out and you say, this reminds me of that fragrance. No, it's unique on its own. And there are quite a few dupes out there or clones, but I would say they are not the same. And another thing, I have the refillable bottle version, meaning I can go to the retail stores from where I purchased this one, and either I can buy the refillable bottle version or I can simply go to the Mugler fountain, um, which is available for Angel and Alien over here in my country. But definitely one of those ones that it's worth having in your collection if you're looking for something unique, something sexy, something polarizing. Yet my recommendation is don't wear it at workplace, don't wear it at church, um, where there are too many people because it might be too much for them. And also, you don't need too many sprays of this. Like literally 2, 3 sprays are more than enough, and the fragrance itself will just work. It's magic. It will last long on your skin. It will lingers for hours and hours and hours. So that was once again Alien by Mugler. Next one on my list. It's one of those ones that I consider as gourmand, delicious, super sexy, super feminine, and it's not something that I would like to wear again um, at a work environment because it's seductive, it's sexy, it's a man eater kind of like fragrance. Very sexy, very um, intoxicating, um, delicious gourmand fragrance. And that being said, this is Azzaro Wanted Girl, the Eau de Parfum concentration, because they have Eau de Toilette versions as well. And this comes as a grenade shape or flower, rose, as you can see the petals here. And I like the atomizers. The fragrance, it's so well dispensed from the atomizers. And you can apply it either by pushing from the top of the bottle or atomizer or simply on clicking on this trigger. And for me, this is a well combined, well balanced fragrance. It's a sweet fragrance, very, you know, much complimented and attention grabbing fragrance. And it has a lot of notes going on. We have ginger flower, we have orange blossom with pink pepper and pomegranate. We have also dulce de leche and datura. We have tonka bean, patchouli, and vetiver. Now the patchouli, it's not straight in your face. It's very well blended. Like I do not distinguish that note. And what really, really stands out for me is the sweetness of the dulce de leche and the beautiful tonka bean here. It's very explosive, it's very alluring, delectable. Um, for me, it's very unique as a scent, it's very unique in the bottle, the presentation. And for me, this is one of those fragrances that represent the ultimate dose of a sparkling femininity. Um, it's a beauty inside. It's something that really grabs the attention. Men love it. I mean, when they smell it, they will get you complimented. They will want to be around you. They want to talk to you. So therefore, again, I would not wear this at an office or at a doctor's appointment and so on. Um, Again, when you apply it, be careful how much you apply because it might become too sweet for some people. It might become overpowering if you overdo it, over apply it. Um, Now, because I'm living in a Mediterranean humid climate, I do not really enjoy wearing this in summer because it might become too much. It might become suffocating if by mistake I apply more than 3 sprays. So keep that in mind and definitely worth testing this one out. It's for me one of the best sexy fragrances and one of those ones that will get you in trouble. Now, the next two are going to be some fragrances that are well known in the fragrance community and they might be a bit overdone. They might be, you know, hyped up, but the hype up around fragrances, it's real. I understand it now. One of them from the house of Lancome being La Vie est Belle. This is the original one. Now, if you guys have been following my channel, you know that I had some long journey with this fragrance. It was actually I purchased the full bottle, and you might be asking, why on earth would you invest your money? So it's one of those fragrances that on all YouTube channels, all social media channels that you're watching about fragrance collectors um, channels, they are having it, they're mentioning it, and it's kind of like, even though it has been for years around us, people are still reaching for it, people are still going for it. It's one of the most sold fragrances around the world. And I said, all right, since I'm a fragrance collector, and since I managed to purchase it at a super affordable price, I said, why not have it? And eventually, I managed to enjoy this fragrance. It simply grew on me. Now, this is a very sweet fragrance. It's a fruity, vanilla, patchouli, irisy, warm kind of fragrance. And definitely, again, a male eater fragrance. It's super sexy, super alluring, delicious, gourmand kind of fragrance, because we have in the opening just juicy pear with black currant, along with in the middle coming with iris, jasmine, orange blossom, and ending with this gourmandy aspect from the praline with vanilla and patchouli and some tonka bean here. Again, for me, I think the reason why I did not initially enjoy this fragrance and I did not want to reach for it was the combination of patchouli with iris. Um, the fragrance is, you know, it's inspired by joy and pleasure of small things. Um, it is a gourmand. It's an elegant composition, and for me, this is one of those fragrances that you have to smell at least once in your life. And I have to mention that it's, even though it's, for me at least, it's interesting. I do find it alluring. I do find it feminine, sweet, pretty. Um, and I have to also mention that, as you can see, there's a small dent. I mean, that says a lot about the performance of this fragrance. It's a stunning performance. I mean, I apply it in the night, and in the morning I still can smell the scent on me. And when I say I apply the scent, don't think that I'm bathing in the scent. I apply 3 sprays and that's it, because you have this bubble scent around you. It stays on your skin. Um, Definitely one of those ones that will get you noticed, remarked, complimented. Um, Now, I find it very womanly, very warm, very elegant. Therefore, I would not enjoy wearing it during hot summer days. Yes, during summer evenings for an amazing dinner out, for a romantic date night, go for it. Again, I would not recommend wearing it at church, because you might want to avoid the unwanted attention that you might get, because it's a compliment getter. And the other days, I was just going out shopping, and purely I wanted to wear this fragrance, not thinking about the extra attention that I was going to get. I simply went doing my groceries, and I was having this amazing, beautifully gourmand kind of like scent bubble around me. And keep in mind, I applied only 3 sprays, and people were actually just turning heads, looking at me, smiling, and simply I could not understand what was going on, because it's not something that I was usually experiencing. Like, going to a shop, do your groceries, buy your stuff, and get out. But yesterday, like, Manjiri was like looking at me, smiling, turning at me, and it's like I was having the impression that maybe something was on my face, or maybe I had smudged my makeup whatsoever. But then I understood, because some people were asking me, "What fragrance are you wearing? Because you smell so good." And I was like, now I understand. So if you're not looking into those kind of situations, make sure that you use this fragrance in an appropriate time. So another point that I want to mention is that for some of you, the strong iris note can be unpleasant. So keep that in mind, and therefore, again, it would be one of the reasons why I would not recommend to wear it at work situations. Um, it might be sickeningly sweet as well. It might be because of the overpowering silage that it has and the sweetness. Um, you might not want to have this fragrance because it became very popular and many people are wearing it. Um, or you might not like to wear sickeningly sweet fragrances. And again, because of the ingredients that it has, the nose that it has, on some of you might not be too much pleasant. So test it out, smell it, see how it goes, how it works with your skin's chemistry. I don't find it safe blind buy purely because of these reasons. Now, if you're lucky like me, you might appreciate later on the fragrance if you have it in your collection and you kind of like just kept it aside on your shelves. So give it a try again. And the next fragrance that is from this fragrance house, again, it's one of those that, as the name suggests, is not something that you should be wearing, um, you know, at your workplace or while going out shopping, because simply I don't find the rationale of doing that because I don't find it appropriate for those kind of occasions. I know people that they are wearing it, even though it should be worn more towards evening times, daytimes, romantic occasions. And that being said, let me mention, it's La Nuit Tresor, the original one from Lancome. Now, the bottle is so gorgeous. It's like a diamond stone. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. It's stunning. And I find it quite unique as a bottle, as a concept. And as the name suggests, La Nuit. So I'm just wondering, why people would like to wear this during daytime instead of wearing it at nighttime when it's the occasion to wear it. Because it's one of those ones that it's overly sweet, it's fruity, it has caramel, it's warm, it has patchouli, it's, you know, all over the places, I would say. We have beautiful pear notes, we have tangerine, bergamot, we have strawberry, we have vanilla orchid, we have black rose, we have passion fruit, we have praline, we have caramel, we have vanilla, we have coffee, we have licorice, we have lychee, we have patchouli, we have incense, we have coumarin, we have papyrus. So it's loads of notes. And you cannot really pinpoint like all this besides the coffee and the papyrus. And the coffee note, it's super predominant. Um, it is a beautiful scent. You might say that the Lancome DNA is present in both. I agree with that. But again, it's not one of those that I would see myself wearing at church, wearing at work, wearing at a doctor's appointment, a business meeting, because this will get you the unwanted attention. So there are some fragrances that you should know when to wear. Um, there are different flankers that, yes, I do find more appropriate for the daytime or casual wearing or attending a wedding and so on. Now, projection, performance, and so on, nothing to complain about it. It's absolutely stunning performance-wise. Silage, it's impressive. Longevity, again, impressive. It's very rich as a fragrance. It's dark, gourmand fragrance with some smoky and incense undertones. Um, it's one of those fragrances that I find super cloying, super heavy in a summer nighttime if you're wearing it. So in my opinion, it's one of those ones that you might want to wear during the cooler weather. It's very hypnotizing, it's very alluring. Um, it's charming, it's stylish, and one of those that I call it as an explosive fragrance because it has an amazing silage projection. It's amazing, like mind-blowing. I mean, you just apply 2 3 sprays and you have this amazing scent bubble around you, and people will notice it. It gives this cozy vibe, and it has this distinctly identifiable sweet notes. um, Now, those of you that do not enjoy gourmand notes, you might not find it suitable at all. um, Again, because it has these sugary notes, that's why I would not wear it during hot weather. And you might get a strong smoky scent, depending from the skin's chemistry, or you might find it a bit bitter or sour, depending from the skin. And definitely one of those ones that will get you complimented, will get you noticed. And again, be careful how much you apply, because you might induce headache or nausea in some. That was it from my side when it comes to fragrances that I would not recommend to wear at work. Definitely consider them as those scents that are more for date nights, evenings, going out, sexy, alluring, attention grabbing fragrances, because these are all those kind of scents. And I'm really curious to find out what are your thoughts about these fragrances, if you have tested them or you own them as well. Maybe you can give me some other suggestions, which one you think that they are not appropriate for a work environment, or where there are too many people around, and those fragrances that might give you the unwanted attention. So feel free to click below in the comment box and write your thoughts, because I'm interested. And obviously, there are tons of fragrances out there, and I might have not listed all of them. Also, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And if you have missed the first part of this video, then it's down below in the comments and description box. Thanks for watching and for tuning in. Till next time, stay safe. Bye for now.